Hi, I'm Twan Lierenfeld. I work for Crestron, and we're here at the Crestron booth showing our integration with Alexa as well as Sonos. So what we're going to show you today is a day in the life of a customer in a Crestron smart home, and especially our integration with this lovely lady. Her name is Alexa, and she is Amazon's voice service. She's about 3 years old, so I like to call her a toddler, but she actually listens a lot better than my toddler, that's for sure. So one of the things that they did when they came out was integrate with smart home devices that were in the do-it-yourself market. We reached out to Amazon and said, hey, we're the custom industry, we would love to integrate with you as well. And they said, give us a little bit of time and we'll make that happen. So true to their word, a few months later, they let us integrate. So we can do stuff like this. Alexa, tell Crestron to turn off the kitchen LED strip.
Sorry, I couldn't find a device with the name LED strip in the room kitchen. Please try your command again.
Alexa, turn off the kitchen LED strip.
Okay.
So there you go. Alexa, turn on the living room lights.
Okay.
Alexa, dim the living room lights by 50%.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off the living room lights.
Okay.
So that works great. So what we do at Crestron is we actually live with technology before we make it public. So we had about 20 people install this in their houses and live with it. And we all absolutely fell in love with Alexa. However, one of the things that we all noticed is that as a Crestron smart home customer, we hardly ever control individual devices. We do stuff like push a button that says breakfast or cleaning or party or movie, and then a lot of stuff happens. So we reached out to Amazon and said, hey, can we do that with the smart home skill? And they came back and said, well, one of the ways that you can do it, some other customers are doing this, is you can kind of make a light called breakfast and then say, Alexa, turn on breakfast, and you can have it do multiple things. And while that definitely worked, we kind of felt that it wasn't the kind of user experience we wanted to give our end users. So we reached out to Amazon again and said, okay, that's great, but I want a little bit more control over the user experience. And they said, well, you're a perfect candidate for a custom skill. So we created a Crestron custom skill called Ask or Tell Crestron, and that's what we're going to show you in this demo today. But I would like you to remember that we have the full smart home API implemented, so you don't have to say Ask Crestron. But I think at the end of this demo, you'll realize that it actually does make your customer's life a little easier. So let's get our day started with the morning. This is the one and only time I'm going to use the remote. Imagine, if you will, you're fast asleep and early in the morning your alarm goes off. Here we wait. So here I'm going to walk, so you might want to walk with me. So here I am, it's early in the morning and we're using the Sonos Play 1 to play my alarm music playlist. I purposely pick music I don't enjoy, so I am forced to get out of bed pretty quickly. Now, in the olden days, I would actually have to find a button and hit snooze or do something like that, but not anymore. Alexa, tell Crestron good morning.
Good morning. Setting your morning preset.
My lights come on, my shade will go up, my TV goes to the weather station, and my music goes down to a way more comfortable level. And this is a great way for me to get my day started. Now, let's say I have a few extra minutes and I want to listen to different music. Using our Sonos integration, I can browse through my favorites and play any of those. If, however, I wanted to pick a specific song from Spotify or browse my Apple Music library, we worked with Sonos to put their app on our touch panels. So I don't have to go and find my phone or my tablet. The full app managed by Sonos and developed by Sonos is running on our touch panel. So here I can browse any of the Sonos sources. All right. I have gotten dressed and it's time to go into the kitchen. Alexa, tell Crestron it's time to eat breakfast in the kitchen.
Recalling the eat breakfast scene in the kitchen.
So here we are now in the kitchen eating breakfast. We have turned the TS1542 into a television watching the morning news. But sometimes the morning news can be a little depressing, so maybe you want to listen to some music instead. So just like I did on the touch panel where I picked my favorites, you can also program Sonos favorites right on a keypad. So let's listen to some Rolling Stones right here. And now we're using the Sonos Connect with our Swamp to play one of our playlists right here in the room. Now, I live a decent distance away from work, so let's figure out how long my drive is. Alexa, how long is my drive to work?
The fastest route takes about 1 hour 19 minutes via Palisades Interstate Parkway South and I-95.
All right, that's a pretty long drive, so I better hurry. Alexa, tell Crestron I'm leaving.
Goodbye. Setting your away preset.
So my away preset will close the shade, arm the alarm, turn off the lights, and turn off the TVs as well. Again, this way I can leave my house and not even have to think about what else I need to do. Because, you know, who hasn't gone like, ooh, did I turn that light off or did I turn the TV off? We can just make that happen with a single phrase. And the opposite is true when I come back home. Alexa, tell Crestron I'm home.
Welcome home. Setting your home presets.
My lights turn back on and I can go around my business. After dinner, I'm probably going to want to relax in the living room. Alexa, tell Crestron I'd like to relax in the living room.
Recalling the relaxed scene in the living room.
So we're using the Sonos play bar. We are playing some smooth jazz. The lights are at the perfect level for me to sit down with my Kindle and read a book. We're using the DGE 200 to show you the kind of music that's playing so you know what you're listening to. Now, one of my favorite features is actually this. Alexa, tell Crestron it's too warm in the living room.
Adjusting the living room.
So here we are adjusting the temperature in the living room. And why do I love that feature so much? Because I don't have to think about what it is I have to do to turn down the temperature, right? In my house, sometimes it's shades that I have to close, and sometimes it's the thermostat I have to adjust. Or I can also say it's too dark or it's too bright in the room, and depending on the situation, again, I might have multiple things I can do. If I was using the smart home skill, I can do all this, but I would have to remember what lights to turn on or what thermostat to adjust. Here I can just say, it's too warm, it's too cold, it's too dark, it's too bright. It's pretty easy. So that was the end of our demo. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for visiting the Crestron booth at ISE 2017.